She never hit me. She never once threatened me out loud. She just controlled me in a quieter way. She controlled my time, every minute accounted for. She controlled my movement, never letting me out of her sight. Even my choices were already planned out before I made them. And she was the most dangerous person in town. Not because she was cruel, but because she didn't care about anything. Stealing, fighting, causing trouble, that was her routine. She never explained herself, never defended anything she did. She never felt regret, no matter how far things went. When it was over, she walked away without looking back. She lived like a stray dog, free and dangerous. No one could control her. No one dared get too close. She needed no one and rejected every connection. Anyone who tried to approach her got pushed away. She had no attachments, no boundaries, no future worth expecting. She didn't even care about tomorrow. So the day the mayor made the announcement, everything changed. He said he was marrying his daughter to her. Within an hour, the whole town exploded. The bar was packed, voices loud and overlapping. Everyone was laughing, waiting to watch her fall apart, waiting to see her thrown out, forced to submit. Some people even started placing bets 3 days, max. Only Logan didn't laugh. She stood at the edge of the crowd, half her face in shadow. The light shifted across her eyes as they slowly turned cold. She realized something fast. This wasn't a marriage, not a favor, not a deal. This was a selection, a public choosing. And she had been chosen, not because she was good enough, but because she was useful. The first time she saw her was in the mayor's office. The door shut behind her, and the noise outside vanished instantly, like it had been cut off. The world went quiet. Logan stepped in, her footsteps nearly silent. She scanned the room out of habit exits, blind spots, distance to the door, position of the windows. One glance was enough. She memorized everything. She expected a spoiled girl. Soft, naive, easy to control. She was wrong. The girl behind the desk sat perfectly straight. Her posture was rigid, almost cold, impossible to ignore. Her expression was calm, her eyes unnervingly clear, too clear for someone her age. Her fingers tapped lightly on the desk. Slow, steady. Impossible to ignore, like she was counting or judging. She looked up at Logan. No greeting, no testing, like she already knew exactly who she was. Her first words were simple. "Will you obey?" Her voice was soft, but it carried weight. Not a question, a confirmation. Logan paused for a second, then smiled. She leaned against the door, loose and careless. One hand in her pocket, like none of this mattered. Her eyes were wild, edged with challenge. "Depends on my mood." The air turned cold. Even breathing felt slower, heavier. The girl didn't get angry. She just looked at Logan from head to toe, reassessing. A few seconds later, she spoke again. "Then I'll teach you." Same soft tone. No room to refuse. The marriage was broken from the first day. No ceremony. No blessings. No rings. No vows. She was taken straight into the house, placed into a role that had clearly been prepared in advance. The room was clean. Too clean. Organized to the point of feeling lifeless. Then came the rules. A sheet of paper. Neat handwriting. Controlled. Wake up time. Meals. Lights out. Every hour precisely assigned. What she could do. What she could never touch. Restricted areas clearly listed. Her movements were tracked. Her location always watched. There were people in the yard, at the front gate, even in the corners of the hallways. If she stayed in one place a second too long, someone would show up to check on her. That night, she tried to run. Out the window. Clean landing, silent. The next second, every light in the yard snapped on. Blinding. 3 minutes later, she was on the ground. Her wrist locked in place, the grip precise and controlled. No wasted force. No way to break free. She didn't struggle. She just stared at them cold, memorizing every phase. The second time, she was more careful. She mapped the patrol routes, moved through blind spots, step by step. She almost made it. 5 minutes later, she was brought back, like it had all been expected. The third time, she didn't even make it over the wall. Someone was already waiting outside, right where she would land. No words, no extra movement, just a hand pushing her back. That was when she understood. She wasn't escaping. She was being waited for. Every move she made had already been predicted. Even the moment she would act was calculated. This wasn't a marriage. It was a cage. No worse. Training. That night, she failed again. Pinned to the ground, her face pressed against the cold floor. The chill sank into her bones. Her breathing lost rhythm, chest rising and falling unevenly. Slowly, she lifted her head and saw her, standing on the steps, backlit, wrapped in shadow. Her expression was unreadable. Only a sharp outline remained, looking down at her, like checking the result of an experiment. Then she spoke. "Will you obey now?" Logan should have resisted, should have kept fighting. But she didn't. She just looked at her, her expression shifting anger, then calm, then something else, something dangerous, something almost excited. She let out a low laugh, trapped in her throat, edged with madness, because she realized something worse. She was starting to adapt, starting to get used to it, starting to anticipate it. The next time how she would appear, and how she would catch her again.